Let's make this part three. What we started sharing. At first video, it was in English and Spanish. The previous video that I made this morning, it was in only English. Tomorrow I will be doing it in Spanish for the bilingual or Spanish community. As today can be for the bilingual and English only speaking community. That beautiful creation that has been able to learn and keep up with a language that has been, it is called the language of business because it is so precise. It can be so specific that brings you right to the point. So let's get straight to the point. We were talking about emotions. Have you noticed that whenever you allow certain emotions in you, they are associated with a physical something? Your emotions are allowing your body to sense, like for instance, your heart rate. What do you think that could mean? What would you do if I told you that your soul is talking to your body, to your emotions? Every experience that you live and you have lived up until now, it has led you to that point where you are ready for the next step. Whatever that step might be, only you may be able to discern, to have enough discernment on where you're at in your life. For instance, you already know that the child within you wants to be understood, wants to be able to do things with ease, wants to be able to not be pressured, to not be stressed out over everything. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. You can continue the way that you have been up until now, because eventually every one of us will lead to that point where we want to be able to enjoy life, where we want to be able to feel life, because our soul will not want anything else. Be kind and understanding towards yourself, especially when you are experiencing certain emotions. It is a good habit for you to write a diary, do journaling, talk to a great friend. It can help you through the process. It can help you to feel somebody else's insight. It can be refreshing for you to know, to feel that you are being understood. Don't go in on your own. If you have that person that you can trust, if you have that therapist, or if you like writing. For instance, I never knew I loved writing so much and reading as much as I do. But then again, there are many things that I have learned throughout time to love everything. I might be one of you or one of many. I would love to know if you're one of them. Sometimes to seek help, it will ease your struggle. It will ease that difficult emotion that you are going through and help you to manage that emotion much better. When you allow yourself that feeling of that thought, that it seems that feels difficult to you. The thought, it's a mental process, you know that. The emotion of that experience, that maybe you are just beginning to allow yourself to feel with all your senses. For example, you can say, have that thought and say, my partner doesn't appreciate me. You feel hurt. You feel sad. So, how can you pay attention to something like that? Or my mother doesn't care. Or my father is pushy. Or my son is very demanding. Whatever that might be, just ask yourself, what am I feeling? What do I feel? I feel hurt. I feel sad. I feel stressed out. Just connect with your feeling with all your senses. That feeling of sadness, it makes my heart feel sad. It makes my heart feel hurt. Allow yourself. I used to say, give yourself 5, 10 minutes to relax and enjoy and breathe. But there are so many parts to us, that universe that you are, that heart that's an automatic and the most magnificent machine there is, that cannot be duplicated, not with all the money in the world and all the material in the world. It cannot be duplicated, and that is in you. You see how amazing you are? Now I say to you, give yourself 5, 10 minutes and feel that hurt with all your senses. If you were to put a color to that hurt, what color would you give it? Maybe brown, black, purple? Because it's not a happy feeling. It's not a happy pain. It's not a happy sadness. It's okay. Because up until now, I can almost bet anything that there has been no school, no university that has said to you, take 5 and use your senses and how to manage your emotions. Has anybody ever said that to you? Not even if you were to be pursuing the career of or psychology or nursing or pediatrist or gynecologist, which would be the closest fields, I think, or tell a welder, just manage your emotions. You got to do that welding. Tell a carpenter, hey, you're messing up that corner. You don't have that 45 quite right. Or a painter, you're supposed to have metal paint in there and move it quick and dilute it with mineral spirits. Otherwise, it's gonna sink in. The metal particles are gonna, you're gonna lose it, and you're gonna lose control of the glaze, and you're not gonna have the effect that you want. Or a concrete layer. Go ahead, stick your hands in it just one time. It's not gonna hurt you. Or go ahead and just hang those 10 sheets of insulation. It's not gonna do nothing to you. Just go like that with your t-shirt, your tank top. Imagine that. You cannot push yourself against what it's not supposed to be you. You can only force things for so long. Your cells are so smart, and there is a memory. There are certain things that can be hidden, but eventually that memory kicks in and you will start remembering. And this is one thing that we eventually, at the right time, we will be able to connect with our emotions, not just think about them, but take them within us. Because if you take an oil out of a machine and you make it work forever and ever without putting oil on it, without maintenance, what's going to happen? It's going to break. A car, you buy a brand new car, the latest, the most expensive one, the best brand ever, and you never maintain that car, what's going to happen? Well, the sensors, eventually, one sensor, a tire, the engine, the AC, something's going to end up giving up. That's what we got to do with our this super motor, super creation that you are. You got to be able to balance those parts of us. Those physical senses are part of you. And that's part of our mission. We came to learn, we came to follow through a learning process. And that process cannot be learned. Those experiences, those emotions, you cannot be able to play with them if everything is perfect. If that beautiful creation that you are remains at that perfect status of perfection, of beauty, of amazingness. There's gotta be contrast, there's gotta be ups and downs. There are times, those times that you forgot about the child within you. What was first, the chicken or the egg? Everything. The beginning of everything had to start from the smallest one. So call it the egg, the dot. So what will we do? You want to stay always in that adult mode? You never need anything. You never need any balancing. You never need any maintenance. You don't need no affection, no emotion. You're gonna live on air. Let's think about that. There is a child within you. Balance it. Play. Allow yourself to learn. Open up. Don't block your way. Don't sabotage yourself from growing. That process, that mission is for us to grow, for us to experience the lessons. And as I mentioned yesterday, how else can we imagine somebody else's path unless you have been able to go through a similar process of it? A similar, a singular experience, one single experience to be able to understand what others are going through. Pay attention to the difference between thoughts and feelings. And figure out what is it that's driving you to act in the way that you do. Are you being reactive? Are you allowing yourself to grow? Because you can say, you can find a scapegoat and blame it on somebody. But in this world where everything is changing, if I was to share with you everything at one time, maybe a couple of you are very, very smart. You are so smart. And you don't even know it. but a couple of you are almost there. You're almost there. Don't give up. Before you take each step, you gotta be able to breathe. You cannot keep taking steps without breathing, without inhaling, without telling your heart, go ahead. Don't breathe. Don't inhale. Let's keep going. That would never happen. There is, I can suggest to you somebody that's so wonderful that could help you when you're ready. I just discovered her and I am absolutely impacted by her beautiful, humble, sweet soul. Her name is Julia Selina. She is a transformational coach, inner child work. She is very intuitive. And I'm going to read this part so you may be able to grasp and allow yourself to contact her. Find her online. You know, the website, http://juliaselina. Who, Julia Selina. You have the money, and money was no trouble for you. Would you ask for help? Would you allow somebody and admit to yourself that you can allow yourself to be vulnerable and pay for that help? I'm not sure how much it will be. Many people can't pay for that. So we gotta figure out another way. Fake it until we make it, or just admit and teach yourself and find ways and find teachers and chase seminars and conventions and events and people that you can watch and write as much as you can and read as many books as you can. When you are ready to transform yourself, you will allow the whole world to embrace you with everything that you deserve. And that wealth and prosperity, it will be unmatched by the whole material and currency of the whole universe, because nothing compares to you. Have you ever heard that song? It says, nothing compares to you. So here I go. She was born in Munich. She spent a lot of her childhood in Nigeria, Africa. Her whole life, she had always been in search of knowledge, of wisdom. That sounds familiar, right? The mysteries of life. I think we all are have some kind of curiosity of mysteries of life. But more than anything, she began to realize that our body is always serving us, no matter how illogical and painful it may seem. And I'm reading this for you because I know that there's many of you out there. Maybe you don't even know this yet, but your body's trying to tell you. Your body's trying to speak to you. And I mean this with the greatest love and respect and intention towards you. As I have said to my subscribers to this channel, that it is yours and mine. I love your soul. I love your existence. And one day you will discover exactly why. No matter how illogical and painful it may seem, behind every physical ailment, there is an unsolved emotion. These are the words of this amazing healer. It doesn't have to be her. Just find somebody that can help you cope with your emotions, with your feelings, with your aches and pains. And she continues, I felt the deepest gratitude and love for the service of my body and the message it was trying to convey to me through this suffering, and equally calling me to urgently change areas in my life. After a few weeks of focusing on my healing, I was completely cured. Using my own intuitive, guided method, I was also able to heal another physical ailment, for example, various allergies, years of shoulder pain caused by sports injuries, other skin conditions, years of muscle pain, and much more. At the time of the experience, I first hand without comprehensive spiritual metaphysical previous knowledge, how to heal processes in our healing or self-healing can be activated. I discovered that the power of the heart, our spirit and mind, and the possibilities of energetic healing as well. Spaces, time are irrelevant. Later, this may not be for you, which is okay, but it may be for that other person next door. Share and subscribe and like, because this may not be for you, but it may be for another person that's waiting, that is hanging on that one last string. You just never know. Later on, I learned in deep meditative states in similar intuitive way how to dissolve and integrate, heal my traumas from my past childhood. I had mentioned yesterday about those pains, those past hurts, those traumas. Nevertheless, I, she says, I completed additional education and training in this field. Today, I use my own intuitive guided method with which I was able to help others and other people, and even animals. And to finish off, she says, what she offers by allowing ourselves to get in touch with our repressed, painful emotions to feel them consciously and understand their message. We transform them and can therefore heal and integrate our inner child again. As a result, we grow and evolve in a consciousness, gain new perspective, and we release old patterns and beliefs that no longer serves us. We then able to get in touch with our inherent power of our true authentic self. I try not to read things because English being my second language, I assure you, my accent it's not gonna go away. I've been practicing English for 42 years now. My accent is not gonna go away. I promise you that. But my wholeheartedly intentions is to assist us, you and me, to grow together, to learn together. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be the right fee, the right moment, the right person for you to seek that help. Because you are worthy of that growth. And your soul is just telling you, come on, let's move to the next step. But you don't have to stress over it. Just take life and everything like a game, a fun game. Allow that child within you just to play. I have been insisting on this for a while. Pay attention to the child within you, because you get to a point where that barrel, that bottomless barrel, has been given and given and given and helping and serving everybody else. But what about you? You want to be loved. You want to be hugged, embraced with love. So, how can I hug you and love you and have you feel my love if you have not known? If you don't know how to feel your own love, your own embracement, your emotions, and allow your emotions, your thoughts. I want to say about 2, 3 months ago, when I was sharing about the Trinity, one of the Trinities, which is your beliefs on one end of the stick, on the opposite stick, it's your thoughts. And what is in the middle? The divine Trinity with the emotions that has to form that perfect shape in which you can balance yourself. Each one of those three elements forms that divinity which is part of you. And it may still be a little difficult for you to understand because the Trinity, it has always been confused in the religious terms and it has been misused. And you can bet anything that when you see me in the future, you can tell me you were wrong about what that one Trinity meant. And I'll be happy to accept my error. I will be happy to accept that I was wrong, that I did not know enough to assist you in this matter. So let's begin assisting you, loving yourself. I'm about to finish this video and tell yourself, no matter what, whenever there is any doubt in you, say, I trust in me. I trust in my being. I will allow my emotions, my thoughts, my emotions, my beliefs Embrace them with all my senses, my physical senses. Thank you. You love my garden? It is your garden too. It's a public place. It's a beautiful public place. Thank you for sharing. I invite you to embrace that beautiful divine trinity within you with all your physical senses and love yourself. 5 minutes. Just give yourself 5 minutes, even if you have to be sitting on the potty. But just take it, breathe, smell it, feel it. Because there will be, there is someone waiting out there for you to show them the way, for them to be able to see in you that new person that you will become. And I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, because as the world has taken millions of years for the world to be as is today. But today we can begin in that trust, in that love towards yourself. Even if you say, I don't want to teach anybody, I don't want to guide anybody, that's okay. Guess what? You want to be able to walk with your head up high because you love yourself. And say to the sun, I love you. And the sun will say, I love you too, giving you that beautiful sunshine. And the air will caress your cheeks and say, I love you. And you will say, I love you back. Because you keep walking forward with your head up high instead of looking at the ground with your eyes full of sadness, with your heart empty, lonely, just because it's just filled up your mind, your heart, and your body is just filled up with thoughts that you are avoiding, that you are preventing yourself from allowing to go all in and accept it. Don't judge, don't suppress, don't analyze. Just allow it, just play with it, just receive it. I gotta say, this video has been created for your entertainment purposes only before they find a reason to cut me off, because this kind of assistance, it's not a normal thing. There are some amazing teachers that have been around for decades. Very few of them, they're amazing. They're so wonderful. And I'm fairly new at this, so I trust that your generous heart will be forgiven in my ways of tripping and learning and growing in this channel. As I wish for this channel to be part of you and your life. My life, it is to grow as part of everything. And you are part of that everything. You see this waters right here? At some point or another, I have seen this gator. It's about 3 feet long. Well, it's been a few months. Could be 4 feet long now. Somewhere around. Likes to hang around on the edges. And there are some pretty good sized fish. I used to come fishing over here, and for a while I threw cast net. My cast net got caught in here and there, but I was able to rescue it. No, I think I would bring my long boots over there if I was to continue eating fish. But I'm at that point in my life where I am loving so much everything that has life that I have given up on eating meat because I know that all that trauma, all that abuse, all the chemicals that are given to those poor animals, it's not part of that balance. I feel it's not part of that growth, of that transformation that the earth is getting to. And I'm not becoming, and I'm not gonna be raising a flyer and saying and going on strike and trying to hurt somebody so they can stop eating meat. No, to each their own, their choices. I just I like to be honest, and I've always been like that. Either I kept my things to myself and I didn't say anything, but we're not on the times of Jesus where we would be crucified for speaking our minds. We are free. I am free. FREE. And I choose to be FREE because I love myself. I just feel and love to know that as I respect myself, as I have learned to know what that small word is, I think it was about 5 months ago that I did for a whole week values, all the different values, because it's good to remember what values are and how you want to mold yourself like that jello in that container. It's just a template, it's just a guide. It's part of it's a small part of so many elements of the education, the family you grew in, the place, the circumstances that you allow yourself to be surrounded by. But as I would want myself to respect myself, I want to respect and value the life of every being because Mother Gaia, Mother Nature has allowed us to be of service. It has nurtured and fed us for so long. But for how much longer? Because there's a new tree always being cut up. There might be a species at the point of being extinct, as some of my ancestors, they owned this beautiful property, nice, long, big property when my grandfather still was alive. And it has a river. Not sure how long it is. I have not been able to visit there. But now it is protected. For what reason? I think it's just protected from BS. I honestly feel that. But all in due time will be found the truth. But I do feel that when we give to others what we want others to give unto us, that's when we know that we are keeping that balance, that we are serving the mission because you're amazing, because you are beautiful. And there's nothing missing in you. It's just everything is coming back to you. Those feelings, those memories, all of that, it's so much more. As always, I'm happy to assist you. I love your soul and I love your existence. I will be talking to you later. Bye.